We used to be so perfect. I would give you anything, but you were so worth it. Talking to you, girl, I was so nervous, even if I never showed it on the surface.
What is going on, guys? I am NobodyEpic. That track is called Gone by the Spectators. Link in the description or a clickable annotation at the end of the video if you want to listen to that full song on their page. This is some Sticks and Boners gameplay on the map Slurms. I do pretty decent, and I like playing these party games because I am a party animal. I may be alone in my room making a video, but I'm wearing a birthday hat, and it's not even my birthday. Cake, 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 cake. All right, let's get this started. This is a Q&A. I do these every couple of months, so you're going to see that some of these questions are kind of old because I take Q&A questions from my previous Q&A. So if you have any questions that I haven't answered or won't answer during the video, please write them now or at the end of the video because, like I said, take all my questions for my Q&As from my old Q&As. So write your questions now, and I like doing these videos. Nice to interact with you guys and answer some questions, serious or funny. So let's get into it. Alright, Holmes X Rigby asked, if you had 1 week to live, what would you do and why? Well, the first thing I would do is seek out Mila Kunis. And I want to say I would try to have sex with her, but if I ever saw her in person, I would probably just be like, I want to... And she would be like, oh, do you have a speech impediment? And I would be like... So that would be really embarrassing. So I would just probably like shake her hand if possible, then furiously masturbate with that same hand later. And what else? I would eat a lot of pancakes because I love pancakes, and donate to some charities, and take a shit in a water fountain because I've never done that. Actually, that's kind of rude. I don't know. I don't care. I'm going to die. The Fornicator 612 said, based on all the trash talk, who is the best at basketball in the crew? Well, I am not too ashamed to say that KYR Speedy is the best at basketball because he is a very gifted athlete, but I myself would have to probably be second. I don't know. We would have to battle it out. We all were athletes in high school, so... I don't know. My back problems, I don't want to sound like a bitch. Oh, my back hurts. But my back problems kind of limit my mobility. And I don't have a game like back in my day, I used to ball the shit out of the basketball. But I don't have a game like I used to. I think I could still come in second, though. And maybe even challenge KYR Speedy. Except that motherfucker would probably dunk on my face. So maybe not. I don't know. I'm Dan Bro. I have 2 questions. 1, do you like cheese? 2, if you were on a bus full of gay guys, would you get off? Alright, so this is one of the deeper questions I had. I really had to think about it, and I fucking love cheese, even though I seem to be slightly lactose intolerant, and my girlfriend is completely lactose intolerant, so we shouldn't eat a lot of cheese, but we eat a lot of cheese together. Cheddar, mozzarella, Gouda, you name it, I got it in my system. And it's great. I love it. And 2, if you were on a bus full of gay guys, would you get off? Yeah, probably twice. Think about that. Befrigilu G510 asked, if you had to choose 3 other people in the crew to survive a zombie attack, who would you pick? This is a great question. First person I would pick would be the G18 because he is very fast, he's a quick thinker, he's great at Call of Duty, so obviously if you're great at Call of Duty, that means you're great at actual warfare, so that is the first guy I would pick. The second guy I would pick would be Jehovah because he would scare the zombies away with his very loud and intimidating voice. He's a very intimidating person, and if a zombie was coming at me, I would be like, Jehovah, help! And he'd be like, fuck you, zombie! And then just run away. They'd be like, I don't want to eat him, he scares me. So that would be the second person, and I wish I could choose everyone, because everyone has a special skill set, but, third person, I guess I would pick Deluxe 20, because you guys don't know, but he is actually a serial killer, so he is very good at killing things. Solex Sniper, what's the most awkward moment you've had with your girlfriend? Well, it wasn't anything too embarrassing. Awkward because it was painful, I would say. I was tickling my girlfriend, and we were on a bunk bed, just hanging out, and it was in college, and it was really, the ceilings were really low, so the bunk bed, there wasn't a lot of space between the top bunk and the ceiling, and I was tickling her, and she doesn't like to be tickled. I don't know why I did that. I was being a dick or something, and she she used her ninja flexibleness, if that's a thing, to lift her leg up and kick my throat and smash my brains against the ceiling. And I think I blacked out for 0.7 seconds. And it was just incredibly awkward because I made a loud girl screaming noise, and somebody came, our RA came to the door and asked if I was okay. Because I was right next to the RA's room. So, yeah, that was awkward. I'm glad I survived though. Master Wanky, if you could go back to being a freshman in high school, age and everything, would you do it? And I would have to say probably not, because I had a great time in high school, but I don't like the concept of changing something, because I'm really happy with where I am now. So if I went back and changed something that I did, I might not be where I am right now. So I don't like that concept. But if I could do some things differently, I guess, I might try a little harder in basketball, because after high school, organized sports, there really isn't any. There's a big difference between playing pickup basketball with your friends and playing in front of a crowd of like 1,000 people, or maybe there wasn't. Yeah, actually, we had a lot of people in some of our basketball games. So anyway, there's just a big difference between that, and maybe just tried harder in general, because I'm kind of a lazy person, and maybe I would have been different now, more work ethic or something. I don't know. But I had a great time in high school, so I wouldn't change it. But Elka64, if you could be invisible for one day IRL, what would you do? Well, obviously, find the nearest girls' locker room, and no, I don't know. If I could be invisible for one day, I'd probably walk around slapping a lot of people's asses, and then they'd be like, who slapped my ass? And it would just confuse people all day. I might actually go into the Hollister, because I would never do that in real life, but just to see what it's like in there, because I don't know if you guys have a Hollister in your mall, but it's so dark and ominous, and there's music, and it smells funny. I just imagine there being jungle trees, or there's something in there. I would never go in there, but I just want to know what's in there, so I would go into the Hollister and girls naked and stuff. Yeah, whatever the typical answer is for that. Extreme 604, were you a big masturbator as a kid? Well, if you mean big in terms of penis size, I can't really speak for that because I'm small. I mean, I really don't compare. So I don't know, but I was big masturbator. I guess, I don't know, I'd say I'm average for whatever a kid is. I think the masturbating average has gone up significantly in the last 20 years. I wish there was a study. I hope there's a doctor out there somewhere doing a masturbating study, because the internet is basically made to masturbate on. You can masturbate to whatever you want to nowadays. So, I mean, when I first started, I'm not trying to sound like an old guy, but I didn't really use the internet that much or computers. I was like 13, I guess. And I just remember I was watching an episode of That 70s Show, and I had the remote in one hand and my dick in the other. And I was just playing with my dick, I guess, and I was like, oh, that's cool. So, I don't know. Yeah. See, that goes back to another question. Mila Kunis. She was on That 70s Show. So, yeah. But internet. This question is just getting too specific. Some randomification. What happened to your second channel, Nobody Extra? Well, nothing happened to it. I just don't really upload to it. I have enough trouble getting enough content on this channel, and it's my main concern. But I will be transitioning my channel stuff around in the next couple of weeks, and I want to kind of change my uploads and experiment with things. So I'm not going to say this 100% sure, because I go to school right now and I have a social life and all this stuff, but I really want to try to do some Let's Plays at least, or maybe put more vlogs on my second channel, just something, because I think if you want to see more content and I don't feel like uploading something to my main channel because it's not good enough, I can put it there. So if you don't know what my second channel is, it's Nobody Extra. There's a link at the top of the description if you want to sub to it. Might be seeing some stuff there in a little bit. So yeah, that guy Frisco said, would you mind doing your YouTube stuff as a career for your life or much longer? And honestly, I have a really good time doing this, and it's really fun, but it is very time consuming. So if I was gonna have like a wife and children, I think I would struggle to do it at the level I do now in terms of editing and kind of just doing the content I want to. Obviously couldn't swear as much because I'm in my room screaming or whatever, but I could not see this as a career. That's really difficult unless I evolve my channel somehow, which I always plan on doing. I want my channel to always evolve. But for much longer, yeah, I'll do it for as long as people watch my videos, and hopefully it leads into whatever my career is, because this is a really rare opportunity. I feel extremely lucky, and hopefully somebody will see that and say maybe he can do something else in the comedy/gaming field. So hopefully it leads into a career is what I'll say. I don't know if it can be a career, but I'll do it for as long as people watch me. Alright guys, that's it for the Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, and have an awesome day.
Nowadays I wake up and I'm on my own. No more good morning text waiting on my phone, and I know you're look to my right side just to realize you're look to